What you must have in the conclusion. Writing the conclusion is probably the easiest part of the essay writing process, and it'll take you the least time of all paragraphs. Your conclusion can be 1 to 3 sentences, depending on what you want to include in there. All you need to do is to understand what the concluding paragraph is about. The concluding paragraph is all about restating the idea which the whole essay is about and reconfirming your opinion at the end. At least it is so in IELTS test. And writing your conclusion in this way will be just enough to get a very good mark. Therefore, there should not be any new information in your conclusion that is irrelevant or contradicting to the ideas in your body paragraphs. Rather, simply summarize the main ideas of your essay. The easiest way to do this is to start the paragraph with an appropriate transitional signal and paraphrase your thesis statement that you wrote at the end of your introductory paragraph. Of course, there can be other ways to write your conclusion, as there is no fixed magic formula for a good conclusion. However, confirming your position presented in the thesis statement is a reasonable way to end your essay. You do not have to put all information that you wrote in your body paragraphs together into one sentence. This is likely to be very lengthy. You only need a concise and succinct sentence showing the main idea of your essay and wrap it up. Once you've written the first sentence of your conclusion, you may add 1 or 2 sentences that show your final thoughts to exit. Let's take a look at 3 examples of concluding paragraphs. Stop the video and read this paragraph carefully. The first sentence starts with a transitional signal and summarizes the first body paragraph of the essay, which answers to the first essay question. The second sentence summarizes the second body paragraph that answers the second part of the question. In this paragraph, the writer did not add any further ideas after summarizing the main ideas. By simply summarizing the 2 body paragraphs, the conclusion is done. Now let's move on to the next example of a concluding paragraph. Stop the video now and read this paragraph carefully. The first sentence summarizes and restates the thesis statement. The writer added 1 more sentence and included his final thoughts. This is another concluding paragraph.